Okay, so that's very interesting. This is part 3, Sexy Walls podcast. We're talking about micro cement and showers. The reason why I'm talking to them about it is these guys are kings of micro cement. These guys are doing pools, they're doing the exterior floors, they're doing inside showers. That's with all their posts. Realistically, it's from 70 to 80% of their jobs is micro cements. It's very impressive. You know, so that's why I'm asking them. So the viewers are learning. I'm learning myself of how of these things. Okay. When customers call me, you tell me if I'm right or wrong. If customers call me, they're like, yeah, I want to do it. I tell these customers this. If you want it to last 15, 20 years, put towel. If you want it to last 3 to 5 years, you can do the micro cement. Am I wrong telling that to people?
I think that you're right, but it just depends on what product you're using.
I totally agree. I feel like we don't have the right product in the United States, and that's why I'm going to bring a good product from Spain here to the United States for that particular process.
Yeah.
But so product is super important.
100%.
So has there been somebody who just recreated the system way better? Is that what's happening?
Look, I've tried a lot of micro cements. I've tried a lot of micro cements, and for me, the strongest micro cement that I've brought in to date is the Novamix.
The Novamix.
That's why I use it.
Okay.
And I would recommend it to anybody for floors, for bathroom. So we've done 2 swimming pools. Okay, one of them's mine, 9 meters by 5 meters. One of them is a friend of mine. He's got 12 meters by 4 meters. We did his spa, his sauna. I recently did another spa and sauna. And while I'm on that topic, I will speak the truth. What just happened to me actually with this, right? So I've had nothing go wrong. And then we recently did a job where with the Novamix, right? So I'll talk the truth, where there was a lot of the weather played a big issue where it just kept raining. It wouldn't stop raining. And these people just really wanted to get the job done. They wanted to take photographs of the job. It was the builder, right? And so they kind of pressured the boys into like sealing it. The biggest problem with that was that there was still moisture locked in some areas because it hadn't fully dried out. And they were just rushing. So what happened? We ended up getting a couple of little bubbles come through because of moisture. I went back personally, sanded the whole substrate again, found the issue, recoated, covered it up, and it's all good now.
You have to be like really determined, and if you're gonna do micro cement inside showers, focus on that. What's happening these days now is that a lot of people, different people, use different chemicals for their hair. They dye their hair blue, pink, and different shampoos. So does chemicals of different products affect sealers of micro cement?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
It does.
You think so? Yes.
No, it does 100%.
Okay.
The biggest thing that affects them as well is when people clean them and they use something with a grit in it, right?
Okay.
You can't use anything that's got grit, because what happens is, for example, like we have a product, I don't know if you've got it here, it's called Gumption, right? And it'll take out any stain, or almost any stain, but it's got a gritty texture to it. So you imagine you've sealed the bathroom and you've got a little stain there from your hair dye, and you sit there like this, what's happening? You're wearing away over time the sealer.
Even when you're using the coarse sponges, you know, with the coarse grit, like that there is eating into the sealer.
So one of the things that normally the people that are doing micro cement bathrooms are more, because it's expensive. And I'm saying this with respect, okay? It's expensive, so it's more classier people. That do it, right? So more people that know what's up and they take care of their bathrooms. It's not an average Joe that gets it because it's expensive and that's gonna treat it like shit. I had people call me, they're like, oh, I want to put in my Airbnb. I said, no, don't do that, because you don't know what type of people you're putting in there, and they're gonna mess up your bathrooms because they have no respect. They're not the ones that spend $10,000, $20,000 on that bathroom. You did. So it's a difference. So it's very, very careful of who you do it to as well.
I've got 5 bathrooms in my house, and one of them has micro cement on the walls out of 5. Because when you've got kids, right, and you don't know that sometimes, like, you know, you take your eyes, they're in the shower, they bring a car in here, they start, you know what kids are like, right? It's not made, I believe, families with little children
I agree.
that are going to absolutely ruin everything. You know, you might have kids that do a micro cement floor and they're dropping glasses. They're on there with their scooters and all that sort of stuff, because that's what happens in households with a lot of kids. You know.
And we're doing these questions and these answers not to debate with people. We're doing it to be realistic, because
100%.
you're hearing real applicators talk about real issues. This is what this is. And I agree in all these terms. The thing is that a lot of customers want these micro cement bathrooms now. It's a new wave, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But you just have to remember, there's little issues that could happen. That's why you have to get professionals like these people to do these type of bathrooms, so you don't have these type of issues now. So that's important. You guys have to just be aware of that. You just get professionals to do it. You can't just hire anybody just to do it.
And get a maintenance guide from your installer.
Yeah.
What's that? So explain to that.
So basically, a maintenance guide from the installer is going to be what product you use when you clean it, how often to clean it, and then after 2 years, get it resealed. It doesn't take long. Resealing a bathroom, you're predominantly focusing on the shower. That's all you're focusing on.
Yeah,
because
very
that's
small.
where the
Inside showers are
usage is.
smaller,
Right?
50 square feet.
Another thing, while it's on my mind, is you need to have adequate ventilation. You can't, I'll give you an example.
Or the moisty strap, because the glass door is all the way to the top.
Yeah. So
it
I'll have
happens all
a
the time
shower.
here in Miami. I hate that.
I'll have a shower.
Yeah.
I could borderline shower cold.
Yeah.
Your missus has a shower. The water's on peaking hot. You walk in there, you feel like you're in a sauna. When the windows are closed, the fan's off, and there's water dripping off the ceiling. So if you're going to do that, then you're asking for problems, because it's sweating.
I agree.
What's going to happen if it's all blocked up? It's sweating. So eventually, it's going to penetrate through the sealer.
Yeah.
And if you've got your floor done, don't leave wet towels, the moisture just sitting there, stuff like that. You can't be doing that stuff. You know?
This is why I'm saying, and with all due respect, the people that do it have to be to the classier side and know how to take care of these things. You can't just do it and then treat it like a normal bathroom, because it's not. You know, you want that look, you have to treat it. It's like if you want a Bentley or Rolls Royce car, you're gonna treat that car a little different if you have a different type of car. And I'm saying, like I said, it's all with respect. It's just a little different, so you have to treat it with respect.
It's probably not the word classy, but people with that, it's you've almost got to be OCD to a certain point. You have to have a bit of OCD.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Perfectly said. I agree.
Yeah, because
I agree.
when you have that OCD, right, and you're already someone who just doesn't stop cleaning, right? It's going to last you a lot longer than someone who's leaving shampoo bottles in niches with shampoo on them and never taking them off there.
No good.
It's a moisture buildup. You get a ring underneath it.
I totally agree.
If you
It's true.
do your shampoo too, you don't just leave it there. You clean it up straight away, because that there is just going to eat your seal and damage it.
I did a kitchen countertop. It came out sexy as hell. Micro cement, sealed it, done professionally, done perfectly, right? This is a kitchen counter, right? So now the customer called the plumber to do the sink. They put the stainless steel sink in on top of it, and then they got the faucet, right?
Yep.
So he grabs the faucet, puts it down, boom, boom, takes it out, puts it. When he did this, he nicks it. Right? It's nicked. So now there's a dime-sized nick on it, right? And he calls me and goes, "There's a nick." Now, this is the problem. You tell me if I'm wrong or right. You guys are the pros at this. All right, so now I have a problem, because they don't sell it I can't just buy a kilo of it.
Exactly.
They sell it in a way, in bags, okay? So that repair, I need a bigger bag, and it's the proper color, so the color was mixed in a bigger 20 kilo bag. It's completely different from doing something very, very little. It's never gonna look the same. It already has an epoxy sealer.
Yeah.
What was the proper procedure of fixing a little nick like that? I told the client, I might have to charge you for a full bucket. This is the price of the repair. And they're like, "No, that's ridiculous." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's costing me that. I have to buy a full bucket, basically, to do a repair." You know what I mean? That's going to go on to waste. Of course, I could mix very little. The problem is that we tinted it. So it's like everything changes now. So it's a little bit more difficult in that sense. So when I posted that kitchen, everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
So I'm not posting stuff like that no more, because I'd rather not do
How
it.
did you repair in the end? Did it work out?
He didn't want to pay me. He didn't want to pay me. He didn't want to pay me. I said, "Look, I would do it for you for this price. Let me know. I'll do it." He never called me back.
But you did the right thing.
Our industry is very, very underestimated when it comes to repairing anything. You can't have a assemble wall right, and expect to scratch it, and then, oh, can you come and touch up this Glacello? This is what the problem is with builders in general. Builders are the worst, right? Oh, it's all right, just come 1 hour, 2 hours. It's not just 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's material. It's sending a guy out there minimum for 4 hours. We've got to pay that wage.
Yeah, it's every repair is different.
Yeah, I've got to the point where, you know, kitchen bench tops, I don't want to do them.
Yeah.
Because people don't respect them.
Yeah, they leave this coffee and they spill the coffee, and then you have a coffee stain and it's absorbed in, and they left it there for 3 days, and then the coffee, you try to fix that coffee stain.
We did a job in Bondi, New South Wales, in Bondi, Sydney Bondi, on the beach, and we did the entire kitchen for them, and it ended up being an Airbnb. And I said, why didn't you tell me you were going to be using this for an Airbnb? So lo and behold, what happens? Hot pots off the stove straight onto it, and you can see the rings.
Yeah, I seen it. People
Cutting
Stupid,
on the
stupid.
with no cutting boards and all that sort of stuff. And then the client was like, "Oh, but why is this happening?" Well, what do you mean? Why is it happening? Common sense prevails.
It's a decorative small plaster,
You know?
a thin plaster, a veneer.
Would you put a $7,000 slab of marble on your kitchen and put a hot pot on it?
No.
Would
No,
you
go
cut
back.
on that?
No, of course not.
Exactly. So why would you
take
do
care
it
of
on the Venetian, on the microscope?
This is why you can't put in Airbnbs, because people don't know. You know.
The biggest problem that we have in our field as well is that the people are not educated enough on the products. That's what it is. I've had architects, or actually designers, spec Venetian plaster Glacello in showers.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
It's not happening. People ask me too. I said it's not
It's
happening.
not happening.
It's not happening. So, guys, we're here with professionals about micro cements, decorative wall finishes. This is what we do for a living. This is our passion. We do it for fun, but not only for fun. This is our career. So we're professionals at this. Besides doing the applications, we sell the product. Besides selling the product, we train people. We have employees that we teach our ways. So the standard is the standard to our company. This is what we do. So guys, if you guys need any troubleshooting advice, any plaster, anything, we're the guys to contact. Here in the United States, me, in Australia, these two gentlemen. This is what we do for a living, guys. Guys, say goodbye to all the viewers out there.
So later,
Goodbye,
guys.
and thank you.
Guys, follow them. Their pages will be underneath on the content area. Guys, this is what we do for fun, man. Exotic wall finishes with these beautiful people here from Australia. Venetian Plaster Gallery, Melbourne, at the Sexy Walls Podcast.
Three of the best.
That's it.